It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hello, for today's video, I will be customizing this very square wooden cube. I saw this cube and I immediately thought, this would be fun to paint. Like most cubes, it has 6 different sides to it, which means there are 6 different surfaces to paint things on. So many possibilities. The sticker was actually surprisingly easy to peel off with one hand, but hard to get off my fingertips. I truly hate when they put stickers on things. It ruins everything, all the time, forever. The cube did come out unscathed this time, but honestly, we should just ban stickers. Who's with me? The first step in this process is to paint a white base coat on top of our cube. I'm using this very large quart of white paint that I got from Michael's. It seems like an unnecessarily large amount of white paint, but I like it because I can use as much white paint as I want and never really feel bad about it, because it only costs $10 anyway. I painted everywhere on the cube except where my fingers were, dried that off and flipped it around, and then painted the rest of the cube white. I know this type of wood soaks up a lot of paint, so the white base coat helps me to not have to layer as many coats of paint later. Here we have it once it's all white. It's basically gone. Disappeared. Poof. Where'd it go? I can't find it. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I've mixed together some red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple. Ignore the colors that are slightly contaminated. It was a result of the thumbnail. This was an unnecessarily large amount of paint to mix together. I usually don't do this, but we're gonna choose just 3 colors. I'm calling this color combination Melon Punch, because I feel like that's what it looks like. This lime color I really like, actually, and I painted this on 2 sides of the cube. As we've been over, every cube has 6 sides, so I painted one side green, and then the side directly opposite to that I also painted green. This means there's a total of 2 green sides. And there are 2 more groups of 2. Am I doing the Common Core math correctly? I think I am. I never took Common Core math, but I think I just did it right. There's 3 groups of 2 on a cube. My sister actually teaches math in this way, and she has explained it to me, and I always am absolutely befuddled. I was a math major in college, never learned it this way, and I do not understand.
I don't know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
Anyway, for our third group of 2, there is this yellow color, and when I painted it, I went, that's a little too cold. I continued and it said, no, we need a warmer yellow. Just slightly, a little warmer. And you can see here, this is a little warmer. You see the difference, right? The warmer color just matches better with the warm green and the warm orangey color. It just goes together. We can't have a cool yellow with 2 warm colors. Everything would devolve into chaos. My Melon Punch cube is done, and now it's time to figure out what I'm actually going to paint on all 6 of these sides. Up first, I'm taking out this cream Posca paint pen. I decided that I wanted to take this opportunity to create 6 different characters on each side of the cube. I figured if I'm gonna draw 6 small little things, I may as well create some characters and have some fun with it. So on this side, I used the cream first to sketch everything out, and then colored in the fur for this bunny. I feel like whenever I have a blank surface and I don't know what to draw, I draw a bunny. Some people draw bears, some people draw dogs. I usually resort to a bunny rabbit first. That's just always my go-to. Draw a bunny, because I know how to draw that, and they always look so cute. I actually used to really want bunnies as a pet. I remember begging my mom for bunnies until she finally said, you know they smell pretty bad if you don't clean it properly. And then I went over my friend's house who had bunnies, and I don't know if they cleaned the area properly, but it smelled really bad, and I realized, oh my gosh, my mom is right. And I never asked for bunnies again, because I was like, I don't want to deal with all this bunny stuff. But bunnies are very cute, and I'm sorry if you have a bunny rabbit, I'm sure he smells very nice. This bunny rabbit has some nice eyelashes and a bow, and her name is Clementine, because she has an orange bow. I like that. Rather than using white and black for shading, I decided to use cream and brown because I really wanted to stick to just like warmer, more muted colors for this whole cube. I added some finishing whiskers, and that's about it for our little Clementine. Let's move on to the next side of this cube. For this side, I wanted to use my green Posca paint pen to create an animal that had green fur. Yes, it's not realistic, but I thought it would be cute if we could make a green penguin. When we think of penguins, we often think of pygmy penguins, the little tiny penguins that are very small and they waddle around. However, I recently learned that that is not always the case. When I went on my honeymoon, we went to Myrtle Beach, and we went to the Ripley's Aquarium, and they had a wall where it showed all of the penguins and their actual size, and there are some penguins that literally get up to 3 or 4 feet, the size of a toddler. That's like some Pokemon stuff, okay? They are huge in real life. Not Olive, though. She's a pygmy penguin, very small. Let's move on to another side of the cube. I'm using the light green Posca paint pen again for this side, and this is the second tangerine surface. This specific shade of green really reminds me of a frog, so I just had to do it. I feel like the name we give this frog has to have a strong use of the letter F, like Fred, or Franklin, or Jeff. Maybe Jeff. No, I feel like Fred. Fred the frog. Honey, have you Fred the frog today? Don't let him starve. I'll stop. Fred is a little lumpy, but I feel like all frogs are. Let's move on to the next side. This is probably one of my favorite sides, actually. I just love the expression on this cute little panda bear. Well, he's not a panda yet. I've painted him cream, and now we need the second color, which I've chosen to be orange. I feel like every time I say the word orange on YouTube, I almost always get at least a few comments saying, "Why are you saying orange? My ears, they're bleeding!" And it's an accent. Several places in the US, people say orange. I am one of those locations. I am so sorry. I love this bear because I feel like he just looks so excited. Why is he so happy? I don't know. Maybe he just saw some kind of tangerine, and that is why we are calling him Tang, like tangerine. Moving on to one of the 2 yellow sides, I'm using the orange Posca paint pen, and I'm sketching out my character. This character is a bit of an odd, random choice, but I actually really like axolotls. When I first made a video involving an axolotl, I said it wrong, and everyone corrected me, and since then I think I have said it correctly. I hope I'm saying it right, but I think at first I was saying like axolotl, I think I said, and that was wrong, and everyone told me it was actually axolotl. So, people can change. If I can learn how to say axolotl, you can do anything. Right now our axolotl is looking a lot like a scribbled bug. It looks just very bad, but I promise it's gonna get better. I fixed the jaw, and there it is. Let's move on to the other yellow side. I'm using the green Posca paint pen, and I decided to draw something that is near and dear to my heart. I've already drawn a penguin, a bunny, an axolotl. We've got a lot of my favorites here, but the one thing we're missing, besides a monkey, is a dolphin. I love dolphins. Last time I did something with dolphins, I think someone commented that dolphins are not mammals, and that is contrary to everything I know and believe. So if you are still watching my videos, please elaborate. I'm not a scientist, and I know absolutely nothing outside of my elementary school books on animals, and the last I heard, dolphins are supposed to be mammals, but maybe they're not. I don't know. I remember that comment, and it really intrigued me, because I was like, is everything I know a lie? You know? And here we have the final result of our cube, which has all 6 sides drawn. The cube really has no function other than to look nice. I guess most things I paint on don't really have a function. But then I got to thinking, what if I rolled the dice and used this to determine what animal I was going to draw or paint in another video? I also enjoy the idea of applying this concept to emotions, like you roll a dice and that determines what emotion the character has, whether he's smiling, crying, laughing. So I think I might explore something to do with these dice. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see me paint on more stuff, you can click on one of these 2 boxes. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye!